my name's Jacqueline, and this is going to be my project for Dr. Spradley's Communications 170. So for my project, I decided to focus on Chapter 1 and Chapter 11. In Chapter 1, one of the biggest things that I found interesting was the difference in I-it, I-you, and I-thou communication. So I wanted to incorporate that into my project. And with the I-thou communication being like the rarest kind and like affirmation, like I really wanted to incorporate romantic relationships into that. So here we go. Chapter 1 and Chapter 11. Okay, so here's a scenario for you. This is John, and this is Julie. John and Julie have been together for a really long time, and they're here to celebrate their anniversary night at one of the best restaurants in town. So, the waiter comes up to them, asks of course, "Hi, how are you?" when I want a drink. In an I-it communication, John and Julie are just continuing their conversation with the not really even acknowledging the waiter. They quickly turn, and John asks for a glass of wine, and Julie asks for a glass of water. There's no acknowledgement. The waiter is just kind of a person, just going to deliver them their food. That would be an example of an I-it relationship. In comparison to an I-it relationship, if the waiter, this is the second scenario, the waiter comes up, "Hi, my name is Wes, how are you? Can I get you to some drinks?" They turn both and ask, "Hi, how are you?" And they ask how his day was. And then, "Yes, we would love some drinks. I'll have wine and I'll have water." That would be the example of an I-you relationship, which is the most common kind. You're not an I-thou. This person, they don't even really know him. But they're acknowledging that that person's there, and they're being nice, and they're acknowledging that there is communication between all three of them. For the last example, there is the I-thou communication. And the I-thou communication belongs specifically to the relationship of Julie and John. Like I said in the beginning, Julie and John have been together for a couple of years now. This is an anniversary dinner. They're expressing their love for each other. In the book, I-thou communication was called the rarest kind of relationship, and it was regarded as the highest form of human dialogue because each person affirms the other as cherished and unique. That's on Wood's page 19. So basically, there's a difference in knowing someone's there, loving someone, but this is like cherishing their existence. These two cherish each other that they're alive. That's the real I-thou, and that's why it's so rare. So, that is the I-it, I-you, and I-thou communication. So, Julie and John left the restaurant, and now you can see that they are obviously not happy with each other. When leaving the restaurant, Julie saw a man that she had known, and ran up and hugged him. John, being more so on the jealous kind, didn't understand who this man was and why she was running up, and that made him very upset. Therefore, he reacted by throwing a fit. But Julie kept trying to tell him that this is just my second cousin. I haven't seen him forever, and there's nothing. Obviously, he's my second cousin. Like, there's nothing wrong. So, being in the committed relationship that they're in, they decided that the best thing they could do was when they got home, is they're gonna just sit down and talk about it. See how they are holding hands, they're making direct eye contact with each other. They're really listening. He is listening to her and she's listening to him. Therefore, they're engaging in dual perspective, which is found in Chapter 11. Okay. So it's one of the guidelines for communicating in romantic relationships, which is, like I said, engaging in dual perspective. Basically, what engaging in dual perspective is, you are hearing him, Julie's hearing John, and John is hearing Julie. Whatever Julie's saying, he is taking to heart. Because in the book, it says, when we love someone, we want to know and be known by that person. We want to understand and to be understood by that person, which was on page 287. So not only is she communicating to him that it was nothing, that he has nothing to worry about, and that she loves him, that he shouldn't worry about those things. He's communicating to her how sorry he is and that he should not have jumped to conclusions, that it was a bad thing on his part. So after all is said and done, they both apologize and they both realize that it's not worth fighting over. There's things that are worth fighting over, and this wasn't one of them. So in retrospect, all was okay. They engaged in dual perspective. He told her how he felt and she told him how it felt. But most importantly, they understood. They took both what each other said to heart. And so, then it ended